Hi everybody, this is Tracy. Welcome to the RxJS workshop. Today I have a coding challenge for you, a very colorful coding challenge. And this one is called the Rainbow Challenge. The first thing I have to say is that I love working with color. And don't be surprised if you see future coding challenges which involve color. But for those of you who are not color enthusiasts and this is way too much color for you, please do turn on your grayscale filter when watching this video. And also, I have included in the user interface a checkbox which you can check to make the user interface colorful or free of color. So feel free to use that as well when you're coding. Let me first walk you through the user interface. At the top of the page, we have a filter text box into which you can type filtering instructions, and we'll see how that works in a moment. Below the filter text box, we have a legend, and this legend explains the search criteria you can enter into the filter text box. And below that, we have a number of color swatches. And if you scroll, there are many different colors in our display. Each of the items that you see in the display is a color swatch, and each swatch consists of the actual color at the top 2/3 of the swatch, and below that we have some information regarding the color. In the lower right hand corner of the colored area of the swatch, we have the hex value of the color. In the lower third of the color swatch, we have first the name of the color, and below that we have the group to which this color belongs. And below that, we have the R, G, and B values that make up that color. So it's the red, green, and blue values that make up that color. Using the pieces of information that you see in each color swatch, we're going to filter the colors in our display. And the filter criteria that we use can be entered in the manner that we see in the legend. For example, to search by R value, and the R, G, and B values are the red, green, and blue values of the colors. To search by R value, we enter first the letter R, and this is case insensitive, so we can enter either a capital R or a lowercase r, and then we enter a number from 0 to 255. So to see all of the colors that have an R value of 205, we type R and then the number 205. And as you can see, all of the swatches that are returned have an R value of 255. Likewise, if we wanted to see all of the colors that have a green value of 205, we type G 205. And of course, the value B is entered the same way. So that's how we search by R, G, and B values. To search by hex value, we have to enter first a hashtag, and then we have to enter a valid 6-character hex value. And using the one in the legend, we see that it returns the color medium sea green. So to search by hex value, we enter first a hashtag and then a valid 6-digit hex value. And a hex value is a value from 0 to 9, A through F. And again, these are case insensitive. So that's how we filter by hex value. We can filter the names in two ways. We can enter search text, and the results will be all of those colors which have a name which includes that search text. So I've entered the word gray, And notice all of the colors that are returned have the word gray in their name. We can also do what's called a fuzzy search, and we do a fuzzy search by placing a tilde in front of the search text. So now we have not only the colors being returned that have the word gray in their names, but we have those colors which have the letters G, R, A, and Y in that order within their names, but not necessarily contiguously. So the color bright yellow Crayola is being returned because the word bright has the letter G and the word Crayola has the remaining letters R, A, and Y. So that's how we can do both a regular search text and a fuzzy search text on the name. Lastly, we can search by group, and we do that by entering the word group and a colon, and then we enter any one of the valid group names that you see in the legend. So for instance, we can filter by red, orange, and we get all of the colors that have the red, orange group, that are in the red, orange group. We can filter the colors by those belonging to the red group by entering the word group, then colon, then the word red. And again, we can use any one of the group names that are listed in the legend and that are separated by pipes. So that's the way the filtering works, or it should work, once you've completed the coding challenge. The starting point for the coding challenge is this. Notice we don't see any of the groups or the R, G, and B values for the colors. So you'll have to code to include all of those values. Also notice that our filtering doesn't work. So again, you'll have to create all of the code that makes the filtering work according to what I've demonstrated for you thus far. So with all of that in mind, let's take a look at the code. Here in VS Code, you see all of the project files that I've included, and it consists of a number of data files and utility files that have the necessary functions that you'll need, as well as the component that creates each swatch. Now, the only file to which you'll have to make changes for this coding challenge is the color service. And I've included some comments of the things that you'll need to add to make our filtering work. So I've already included a behavior subject, which emits the values or the search text from the user interface. Also included is the start of the colors with info observable. And this observable should return an array of named colors. And if we look at that interface, we see that it contains various properties: name, hex value, R value, G value, B value, library, text color, and group. Now, the name and the hex value have already been added from the raw data, but you'll have to add all of the other properties. And I have a number of utility functions which will help you in that vein. And those functions are on the basic util and color util files. And above the colors with info observable, I have some instructions that are in the form of comments. So the first instruction is to modify the pipeline to add the group, R value, G value, B value, and text color properties to each name color object in the array. And then use the pick text color based on background color advanced function to set the text color. And what this allows us to do is to display the hex value that is in the lower right hand corner corner to display that in either black or white, because of course for a dark color you're going to want white text so that it's more visible, and for a light color you're probably going to want black text. So we can use this utility function called pick text color based on background color advanced, and that exists in the color utils file, and which we see right here. So that's the manner in which you should modify the colors with info observable. Next, we have a filter by observable, which is derived using the zip operator. And of course, the zip operator, like any join operator, requires that we pass to it individual observables. So what you need to do is create and add the subjects / observables that filter the colors by group, R value, G value, B value, hex value, fuzzy search for text within the name property, and regular search for text within the name property. You need to create those observables to be passed into this zip operator. Once you've coded the filter by observable, you can use the filter by observable in the last observable property called filtered colors. And currently filter by is commented out because it produces an error because there are no observables passed into the zip operator. So once you code the filter by, you can uncomment the filter by observable passed into the combineLatest in the derivation of the filtered colors observable. And then you'll also have to update the map operator to do the filtering. And once you make all the necessary modifications to the colors with info, the filter by, and the filtered colors observables, once you make all of those modifications, the filtering should work perfectly. You shouldn't have to make any changes to the template files or the component files. Now, as you can see, it's not a lot of coding that needs to be done, but the real challenge is to code the application according to the instructions I've set forth. You can find the start version of the code in this Git repository. I hope you enjoy this colorful coding challenge, and Tuesday after next I will have posted the solution video to this coding challenge. So best of luck and enjoy. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. And to stay updated on the latest content from the RxJS workshop, please subscribe to the channel. Do you want to learn more about the RxJS library and many of its features? Please check out my course on the Udemy platform. It's called RxJS Subjects and Operators, What They Do and When to Use Them. You can find the course by clicking on this link on the channel page. Thanks again for tuning in to the RxJS workshop.